Hey guys, welcome back to another week of reading sprints. So excited to be here. Now, don't mind the wet hair today, but I tried to dry it as much as I could, but it's still wet. But anyway, so I'm happy to be here. I will be writing and reading because I would like to do another chapter in my writing book. And hopefully, I will be able to complete one more chapter before the end of the weekend. So that's the plan. And I'm still reading the same book from last week. So I'm going to be reading When the Ocean Roars by Charles C. Estes because I do have to finish this for a book review. And I would like to finish it by tonight. And I have I'm halfway through. So I have about another 120 pages to go in When the Ocean Roars. So I will be reading that. I brought my Kindle. Don't know why, because that's the book that I actually have to read, but I have my Kindle in case I change my mind. Check out the cute case though. It's adorable. It's a clear case, so I can put whatever picture I want in there, but it's super cute. That's probably going to change over the weekend too, but so I've had that one for like 2 weeks straight now. I'm like, I gotta change it because I never like to have the same cover twice. Hey, Christine. Happy to see you here after your reading sprints this morning. Hey, Talonda. Nice to see you. I did have a pretty good day. It was a tiring day. I've been trying to get stuff done before my vacation. So doing a lot of filming and editing, but it was a tiring day, but productive. So hope you had a good day too. Hey, Nikita. Hey, you're here early. Glad you're here. Just popped on. You're reading Roanoke by Lee Miller. Nice. And then The Beast's Heart. Is that a Beauty and the Beast retelling? Sounds like it. Although it might not be, but sounds good either way. Hey, Jamie. Nice to see you. Hey, cool gamer. Oh, some new faces today. Hey, Jennifer. Nice to see everybody. Let me know if you're reading or if you're planning on writing something or just being productive. It's all good today, 100%. As I said, I'm reading When the Ocean Roars by Charles C. Estes, and I will also be writing. And I did print out a sticker that I'm actually going to be cutting out to put on my laptop because I've been putting kind of motivational stickers on my laptop to kind of motivate me to keep writing and stuff. So I printed out this one just from an Etsy seller. I don't remember the name, but it looks like me, kind of. I hardly put my hair up in a tall bun, but she's wearing glasses. She likes blue like I do, and she's working on a laptop. Looks like she has tea and a couple of Kindles next to her, or notebooks. So it definitely looks like me. So I was like, I have to print this out. So I want to cut that out, and I have two more on my laptop for now. I have one that says, "You're doing amazing, sweetie." I kind of got the sweetie one because I do like Doctor Who, at least the numbers 9, 10, and 11. But I got that because of the sweetie one. And the other one says, "Trust God to write your story." So both of those. And I'm going to put this one probably in the center, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that in the center. So I'm going to cut this out before I do any reading or writing or whatever, and wait for a few more people to pop on tonight. Definitely want to do a little bit of writing tonight. As I said, I want to get one chapter done, hopefully this weekend. So I will be at least on chapter 3 by the end of the weekend, which will be, I will feel good about that. So I can happily say that I've done 3 chapters, or well, two and the prologue. I still love the prologue. The prologue is like my favorite part that I've written so far in my book. If any of you don't know, because some of you are new, I am writing my very first novel, which is a romantic comedy, clean treasure hunting adventure book, and it's gonna be lots of fun. I already have like a lot of humor in it, which I'm so happy about. It might be a little too much humor. What do you guys think? Do you think like if there's too much humor, do you think it's too much? There's not like a ton of humor, but like the way my character thinks, like she's very shy on the outside, but she has a lot of inner humor. It's like the way she thinks, she has a lot of funny things going on in her head. But that's the way my brain works too. And I think it's shining through in my character. Like she is definitely like me for sure. So that's kind of funny. I'm glad I have these fussy cutting scissors because I can cut super quickly. I'm almost done cutting her out already. But yeah, so I finished filming my new TBR game for next month. I'm super excited about that, and I can't wait to show you all. That'll probably come out the week after next. Yeah, that sounds right. Trying to figure out when the end of the month is. End of the month is fastly approaching already. So I filmed that. I filmed a book review for Monday. So that's always nice when I get stuff like that done. And I was on her launch team, so thankfully I did get that one done in a fairly timely manner. That was Tony Shiloh's new book. So spoiler alert, that's the book I'm reviewing for next week, is Tony Shiloh's new book. And it was very good. So another spoiler. All right. I think I will put this. Oh, I don't know if I want to put it in the corner or in the center. No, I think the center is a good spot for that girl sticker. And I don't know how well this sticker paper, because I don't have like vinyl sticker, but I think just a regular sticker paper should work at least for a little bit. I can always replace her if I need to, but there she is. Oh, I like it. Oops, I just had extra sticker paper, but she looks great on the laptop. There. All right. So about a few minutes, we'll start reading sprints. For some reason, Christine, I thought you were reading a book called What We Hide and Knitting. But you were knitting. I knew you were knitting, but I was kind of funny that I was reading it that way, like, oh, another cozy mystery. Hey, Susan, nice to see you. Hey, Jane. Oh, see, I knew it was a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I knew it. I was like, usually if there's Beast or Rose in the title, what is it, like 80% of the time it's bound to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Hello, Fashion Aplenty. Love your username. Nice that you're reading. What are you reading? Anything fun? Hey, you're reading Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. That sounds interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Oh, I've heard of the author, I think. Oh, nice, Jennifer. You're working on your WIP title Glass Wheelchair. Nice. I love the title. You have to let me know how it's going. We can encourage each other in writing. Susan's listening to The Ark and the Dove. Nice. I read that one. That is a good one. We leave next week, so yeah, pray for safe travels. And I think it's going to be an amazing time. A lot of fun things are happening next week. So we're celebrating my mom's birthday. We're going to Mackinac Island, which is my happy place. I am planning on filming more than I did during the book trip last month. So yes, there will be a better travel vlog than last year. So I do plan on that. I'm actually clearing out my phone. Like, I'm getting rid of pictures and old videos just so I know that I have enough space to film. Hey T, hello. Jane's reading Sundown. Nice. That was my favorite in this series. I think, is that book number 2, the one with the orange cover on it, for Susan May Warren's series. I think that was my favorite in the series when I read it. Jamie's reading The Woman of Winton's. Nice. NetGalley ARC. I just got a bunch of NetGalley books on my Kindle. I was just like, you know what? Let's just grab a bunch. I maxed out my library cards on Libby. I picked out a bunch of books on NetGalley, so like I can just, use the summer and read whatever I want. So, but I got a bunch of new stuff on NetGalley that sounds really fun. I'm glad on my Kindle, like, you can put like it in different categories. Like, you can put NetGalley books in this pile and stuff. But I did get one, which I don't know, I got some interesting ones. Like, there was one called Only a Portal Away. I don't know if it's any good or not. It's mainstream fiction, but it's like one of those like character out of book stories where like a character comes out of the book and like she doesn't believe it right away, but then like he like creates portals out of his hands to like tell her, hey, I am this book character. So she's like, oh no, wow. So we'll see how that one works, but I am excited about that one. I thought it was different. There's a ton of good books that I think I'm going to enjoy this summer that I got from NetGalley. That's one of them that I just got today, actually, I think. Yeah, and tons of review books. So I will be a busy reader this season. Lots of good stuff. Oh, you're reading Wind in the Willows. Nice. I buddy read that one with Gloria. I can't remember her channel name. Sorry, Gloria. But if you know Gloria, the beekeeper and the book lover, she yeah, she and I buddy read that together last year, I think. We thought it was just okay. It's definitely not my favorite middle grade, but I'm happy that I got another classic read because I would like to read a lot more, at least middle grade classics. Yes, humor is always great. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you here. Ooh, The Seamstress of Katie. I love that book, and I love Laura. She's such a sweetheart. I want to meet her so badly. I messaged her that I loved her book last year, The Rose and the Thistle, and we were instantly friends. And she's just the most sweetest lady you ever want to meet. And I want to meet her so badly in person. She's so sweet. Yeah, seems like a good mixture. Hey, Anne. Oh, nice. You're finishing Recorder. I still have to finish that book. Everybody's probably slapping at me that knows that I want to read it, but haven't finished it yet. I'm so far behind in that series. Maybe that'll be a summer read too. Okay, Susan, see you in a little bit. Have fun at your Zoom meeting. Yes, Mackinac Island. I am so excited. And we get to have lunch at the Grand Hotel. I'm so excited. Okay, book three. I think book three was probably my least favorite, unfortunately. But book two was definitely my favorite. I couldn't remember the series because it's been a while. Yeah, yeah, I definitely don't want it to. I think most of my humor is in the front of the book. I don't think there's going to be as much going into it because it does get more serious and more adventure related. Um, so yeah, so it will definitely have some serious conversations and stuff as well. Yeah, that is true. That you don't know, yeah, that is true. It could also be that they don't know how to handle the situation. If it's a hard topic, they might just, you know, they might crack a joke or don't know how to be serious because they don't know how to handle the emotions and stuff. Which, yeah. So I think I'm a good mixture of both. My mom thinks I'm very funny. Yeah. Yep. I got what you mean, Nikita. I am enjoying it. I just started Recorder. Well, just started it. I started it 2 months ago, but I didn't get hardly into it. Hey, Susanna. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, don't get in trouble at work. You've been listening to Enchanted. Nice. My mom is reading Submerged by Danny Petrie. I gave her that book to read because we're going to meet her next week. I have not read that one yet. I read another series by her, and I think my mom read her other series as well, but it's been a while. So I was like, my mom, here you go. Read another book by her if you want. A Big Storm Knocked It Over. That's an interesting title. I like that title. All right. Well, we've been chatting here for a while. Thank you for everyone who's chatting, and I love chatting with you all. But let's go ahead and do sprints for anybody who's new here. For everybody new and who's watching later, I usually do half-hour reading sprints just so we get a little bit more reading time in or writing done or whatever you all are doing. So let's go ahead and go until 45 after, whatever time that is for you. I usually put the time on the screen and then I'll play some music to hang out with us. All right, so happy reading, and I'll see you all back in half an hour. Just turned off my camera. There we go. Okay, guys, that's the end of our first reading sprint. Forgot to adjust my armrest again. I love this armrest on my chair. I can adjust it so I can type and then put it back when I'm done. See who I missed. Hey, Allie. How you doing? Oh, nice. Sprint hopping. Love doing that. I do that quite often, depending on if anybody's sprinting at the exact same time. Usually people aren't, but sometimes they do. Hey, Nikita. Nice. 10 pages. I finished one chapter. I don't know if I actually started a new chapter or if I was in the middle of it, but I did finish a chapter. So, yay. And I read it, I think I read 14 pages. And I wrote 4 sentences, looks like, maybe 5. But I just started getting back into it. And I had to write in like my favorite restaurant is San Marcos. So like I made a little Italian lady live next door to my main character, and then I made her and her husband own a little Italian restaurant called San Gianni's instead of San Marcos. But I was like, I don't know, I just felt like writing in my favorite restaurant. But so that way, when I look back at this book, I'll kind of see the nod to my favorite Italian restaurant. So I just thought that was such a fun idea. To add a little bit of a real place. Awesome, Christine. 10%. Nice. Way to go. It's trying to decide what I want to do. I think I am going to continue writing in our next sprint. My book is good though. It is very heavy on the romance. I will say that. Not like explicit or anything because, well, it is a Christian book, and also like the main male character, he is a Christian. She is like wanting to learn more about what it means to be a Christian, and so she's asking questions, and she like remembers her mom reading the Bible to her when she was little, and she totally forgot that. So we are seeing that happen. So I am enjoying it, but there's a lot of romance and like not too much plot. Like it's very romance heavy. So it's good as far as that goes, but I thought there'd be a little bit more plot, but maybe there will be closer to the big martial arts fight. So hopefully. He had a work sprint. That's okay, that works too. At least you gotten a little bit of reading done. When I used to intern at during college, they let me use the back office, so I was able to listen to music, or I didn't listen to audiobooks back then. I wish I did, but they let me listen to music back there or whatever. I think I used to watch a TV show on my phone or whatever while I was doing my paperwork, but that's always nice when your job or your workplace allows you to do stuff like that, as long as you do your work. I do better when I listen to music and stuff like that anyways. Nice. Mom read 4%. I didn't even know we had pistachios. Not that I want any, but I didn't think we had any. Yay! Did you like it, Anne? I know almost everybody seems to enjoy it, and I know I will once I actually get into it. Maybe I'll make that one of my vacation reads. I don't know. Well, if I did, oh no, I do have an ebook copy of it, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I think I got it from Enclave, the publishers. I was on their like street team to promote their books and stuff. And one of the gifts they gave, because they give ebooks every month, which is nice, uh, they do have street team signups, if you didn't know, for Instagram. So if you have a Bookstagram account, you can go to Enclave Publishing on Instagram, and I think they're going to have signups again for fall, either mid or late July, I think. And you can do it as many times as you want. You might not be accepted every time, but so far I've done it, I think, twice so far, or 3 times. I can't remember now how many times I've done it, but I've done it at least twice. And you get ebooks every month. They'll either give you the new one of their new releases, or maybe if it's like the second book in a series and you haven't read the first one, they'll be glad to give you the first one instead. So that's always really nice. And I think I do have I think they're in my books that are downloaded category. And I think they gave that to us as a gift last year. They actually gave us all 3 books, which I was like So shocked. Yeah, I have Recorder and I have Aberration. Yeah, and Guardian. Yeah, so they gave us all three as a nice little like Christmas gift last year, which is really nice. So they're all on my Kindle, so I could bring those with me on vacation and read those. But there's so many good books. As I said, I maxed out my library card, so I think I made a mistake doing that though, because now I have too many options, and I think that's why I've become a less of a mood reader, because I think if I have a TBR, I think I read more when I have a TBR because I know that I have to like these are the books that I want to read. Like if I mood read, I think if I have too many options, it gets to be too much of a decision. It's like sensory overload for books. Hello, Leah. Nice to see you here. Or is it Leah? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. That way I can say it right. I know people who have pronounced it both ways, but nice to see you. Lots of new faces this time around. But I'm reading When the Ocean Roars, which is a clean, yeah, I could say it. Well, it is Christian romance. Has to do with martial arts in Japan. Pretty good so far. And I'm a little over halfway done now. I have about 100 pages left. So if I do decide to finish it tonight, it'll take me about, if I just binge read it, it'll take me roughly between 2 and 3 hours to finish it. So that shouldn't take me too long. So maybe I'll just finish that and like stop writing, and I'll write some more after I'm done with the book, because I do need to get the book done before Monday, because that's when the reviews are due. I'm on a schedule for that one. I'm not a schedule usually on like any of my other books for review. Like I try to get it out within like 2 months of it coming out, but sometimes I can't. It's just too many books, so little time, right? But I do try. That's my main goal this year, is to just read all of my review books so I can start with a clean slate, because last year I didn't. And I think like I just had a couple books that I never got to. But I'd like to this year just to have a clean slate for next year. I think I have to back up on my book. There we go. So I'm going to save my work, and I'm probably going to read instead of writing. And I might end up doing, when I get back from vacation, I'm going to do like a couple of just writing sprints. I think that'll be fun. And you guys can of course read as well, but I'll have my camera in a different angle and probably work at the desk. That way you guys can actually see like the keypad and the and actually see me writing instead of like just me glancing over at my laptop. So that should be fun. And there are no sprints next week. I'm going to be too busy unless I do it at the hotel, but I probably will be too tired, because I don't know why. Is anybody else like this, where when you go on a vacation and you're in a hotel, do you go to bed early? Because at home, I don't go to bed until between 12 and 1 a.m. usually. But when we're at a hotel, I'm up by like 10:30 max. And it's so funny to me how quickly I fall asleep. I guess it's because my family aren't late night people really, and they tend to fall asleep. So like I can't really watch TV. I could, they don't really mind, but I don't know. I just tend to fall asleep with the crowd, I guess. Oh, that's nice. That sounds good. Nice, yeah. Music. That sounds good. Yeah. Sounds like a great time. I'm glad. That's nice that nights and weekends are less time. They do sound good, don't they, Susanna? I do love pistachios. I actually haven't had any in a while. I was wondering if I was hungry for snacks tonight. Is anybody else snacking tonight? I don't think I'm really hungry though tonight. I'm more thirsty than hungry, so I probably won't snack tonight. It's very rare for me. I tend to snack at night, but I'm trying hard not to. Yeah, I don't sleep in either during vacations because there's usually too much fun stuff to do. So definitely no sleeping in. Although no, I do tend to sleep in. I don't know what it is, but like I really struggle to wake up in hotels. And so my family will like go down to eat breakfast and then I'll just have a granola bar and like gently wake myself up, like slowly take a shower, slowly dry my hair, just take my time getting ready to go. It is definitely a an interesting cover. Yeah, it's not like yeah, it's not my favorite cover, and all the covers are kind of very similar to each other. I have noticed that. Oh, good. Anne really enjoyed it. Oh, good. I do really love sci-fi and fantasy. Like, honestly, if I had to pick, like, I love historical fiction. That's like my favorite now. But overall, growing up, fantasy and sci-fi were honestly my favorite genres growing up. And I haven't had the time to really get back into reading a bunch, but I have read a few lately. Like, I read Nadine Brenda's new book, The Nightmare Virus, and that was really good. I really enjoyed that one. That was a nice introduction back to sci-fi. Yeah, sci-fi or dystopian kind of. Oh, in my book that I'm reading, Beth, I know Keen is the guy. They call him the Golden Lion from Japan. He's a art martial arts fighter, and he's got like long hair, so they call him the Lion or blonde hair. And her name is Ami Ono, and she's Japanese. So those are the characters in my book. Interesting character names. They are very interesting covers. Like I like the backgrounds of the covers, like the scenery in the background looks very alien themed. Oh, I forgot to save my work. Don't forget to do that. I didn't write enough to say, hey, let's put it on a USB drive. But I'll see if I'll write any tonight after I'm done with the book. But as I said, I got to get that book finished. So no more writing. Oh well, that's okay. All right. Grab my book over here. The Chaos Grid. I still have to read that one. I think I saw your review on it on Facebook. Oh, good, Christine. I'm glad you're enjoying your book. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that one, and I really want to read it. I think my friend Celestria, or not Celestria, Chantel, uh, finished it recently, and she really loved it. So I was on the launch team for that, and I just didn't have time to read it. I think that was about the time where I was really book crammed. I was trying to finish books before I met some authors last month. I was like, I don't have time. I'm sorry. But I do want to get to that one too because it sounds really good. And the cover with the blue and the tan with the explosion in the background, that looks like a really cool cover. Enclave comes out with some very cool covers. Definitely makes you want to read them. Well, all of them, really. I was going to say, I do have Chaos Grid on my Kindle, but it's not in color, so I can't see what it looks like. But it is a really cool cover. I can show you guys. Oh, there's also one called Steal Fire from the Gods. That one's from Enclave Publishing, and that one has a really cool cover too. I still need to read that one. I thought I had, oh, there's Chaos Grid. I'm like, I knew I had Chaos Grid somewhere on my Kindle. Yeah, so it's in black and white, but it's got like a really cool explosion and the girl running to the truck in the background. So it's a really cool cover, especially in color. It looks cool in color. It's like blue and tan. I think the girl's in blue or something, or maybe the explosion's blue. I can't remember. And I just found out, I also want to read this one this summer. The author was so kind to send me a copy of her book. And I think I saw a post of hers, and she writes middle grade fantasy. And so it is like a mainstream fantasy, I think, Wormwood Abbey by Christina Bear. And I saw a post on her Instagram, and I think she's a Christian, and she sent me a copy of her book because I think she got my name from Chantel. So I definitely want to pick this one up because I heard so many good things about this middle grade fantasy, and I love middle grade fantasy. The author actually just posted a picture or a video on Instagram. She's trying to get the audiobook, I think, for it, and she's doing her own soundtrack, or at least a little bit of the music in the background with her own harp. It's so cool, and I just thought that was fantastic. I'm like, what a great idea if you play an instrument to add that into your audiobook. I just thought that was so great. And I was like, yes, that's amazing. So she played like a little bit, like a little teaser for it, and it just sounded so cool. So very happy that there's so many fantastic fantasy and sci-fi. I need to read so much of it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. My friend, Oshina, over at Oshina Gotta Read 'Em All, she has a hard time with sci-fi and fantasy. I think because of the same reason, because she leans more toward the real aspect, and she can't picture it. She loves sci-fi and fantasy movies and TV shows because she's able to like physically see it, but because it's fiction and reading, it's hard for her to like pick up the concept and imagine those scenarios or aliens or whatever. And I totally get that. Definitely, I get that. I don't know, it's just I guess it's because I have watched a lot of fantasy and sci-fi shows, like, I kinda have a base of, like, where I can take my imagination, like, if it mentions, like, an alien, like, I can kinda, like, take images and stuff from, like, other TV shows or movies and kind of break it in that way into it, but it is hard to create a different setting. You know, the imagination some authors have, it's like, wow, like, I would love to write a fantasy, like, especially about dragons. I love dragons so much that I think that would be a really cool book to write as well. And some people have said to like have multiple books going in case you get bored writing one, you can write the other. But I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that would be overwhelming for me. Like, do have a ton of ideas for books. Like, I feel like I don't have multiple ideas in one genre. I have like an idea for a sci-fi. I have an idea for a fantasy. I have an idea for a contemporary romance or a treasure hunting book. Like I have all these ideas, like one in each genre, which is kind of funny. Like that would be kind of cool to do. Like, you know, be kind of interesting to write in every single genre. Okay, wow, it's already 9 o'clock. Oh, excuse me. Swallowed my water wrong a little bit. All right. Well, I guess let's go ahead and do another reading sprint. I'm getting too excited talking to you all. Let's go ahead and we're a few minutes late. So let's just go ahead and go until 30 after. It's close enough to 30 minutes. So have fun at reading, and I will see you all back in half an hour. everyone. That's the end of our sprint. Let me know how you did. I think I actually read 20 pages, I think, this reading sprint. Wow, not bad. That was almost a page a minute almost. So once I get into a book, I can read fairly quickly, I guess. But yes, I am. Ow, I just scratched myself. Serves me right for not filing down the corner of my nails. Ow. Anyway, so I did finish 20 pages, which is very, very nice time there. And it's pretty good so far. We're getting a little bit more. It does deal with topics of domestic abuse, just so you know, going into it. The main male lead's father was abusive. So just so you know, if you want to pick it up as a little trigger warning there. Ooh, what kind of ice cream did you eat, Nikita? I had popcorn. If you're wondering why I eat it with a spoon, it's so my fingers don't get all cheesy from the cheese. And that way I can read and not worry about the mess. Makes it easier. If I wasn't on camera, I would just, tip up the bowl and eat it that way. But spoon is a little bit less messy. Although I did drop a piece of popcorn. Oh, there it is. I will pick that up later. Nice. Christine made it another 10%. So great. Mom read another 3%. Awesome. Yeah, I think I did read about 20 pages because I think I was on page 125. Now I'm on 145. So we are less than 80 pages away from finishing this book, I think. No, I lied. I think I'm still 100 pages away. Yeah. Okay, I'm still about 100 pages left. 110. 110 exactly away from finishing. So I was a little bit more behind than I thought I was in that book. But I still should be able to finish it tonight. I'm actually not super tired tonight, so I usually do at least one more, maybe two more, depending on how I'm feeling and how you guys are feeling. It's late where I am, but I'm actually a little bit more awake tonight. Oh, that's great, Anne. I still need to catch up in mine. I've been so bad this year. Last year I did fantastic. I stayed really accurate. Like I think I kept track of like every single book, and I did update it the other day this week, and I think I was like 20 books behind. Oh, that I was so bad. That was so bad. I'm usually not that far behind, but that was pretty far behind. And yes, the thing I'm really far behind and I'm mostly caught up with my reading journal is my review journal. I I I got an extra Archer and Olive journal because they had that great deal of every journal was like $15, but you didn't know what size you're gonna get. So I got the small one. I was like, well, it's too small for a reading journal. I mean, maybe not, but for what I like to use it for. Well, I decided to use it as a review journal so I can put all the books that I needed to review in it. And I am so far behind in that book. It's not even funny. Well, it is funny, but I would like to catch up in it just to say, hey, I used it. And it did help me at first to remember. It's just I never get it out and use it. So I really do need to catch up in that book. Ooh, a Klondike bar. Nice. I think Klondike makes those really good uh, is it Reese's bars? Like the peanut, like the frozen Reese's bars, those are really good. I do like those. I think it's the Reese's ones that are really good. They're like peanut butter on the inside, with like a hard chocolate shell on the outside. So good. I haven't had one of those in years. Really trying hard to stay away from ice cream or sweets in general, really. My dad loves to go out for ice cream though in the summer, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yes, I think we're having ice cream only one time next week because we're going to a German restaurant, which could be fun. And homemade ice cream is included. So I might just have a little bit. I won't have a lot. But I mean, if it's real, like real German ice cream, kind of want it. So that'll be yummy. And It's a family style buffet, so you get all that you can eat, but it's family style, so they bring it all to your table instead of, like, a buffet, and I think it's gonna be really good because they have, their own, like, homemade chicken recipe, and then they have German meats, like, I think they had bratwurst, they had, schnitzel and Jaeger schnitzel, which is my dad's favorite, it's like a breaded, um, veal, and then it has, like, a, um, beef gravy sauce, and it is really good. I've made it homemade before, it's so good. Yeah, ice cream's not a super weakness for me. Uh, Desserts in general aren't that bad. I have actually been a lot better with my ice cream, like, at home. I don't get it very often, and if I do, I get dairy-free and gluten-free if I can, just to be, like, as healthy as I can get. So my favorite is the oatmeal flavor from Ben& and Jerry's, uh, dairy-free, so good. Any Ben& and Jerry's dairy-free is amazing and, like, one of the best. So, when I do want an ice cream treat, I try to go for Ben& and Jerry's dairy-free. I feel like all places should offer Ben& and Jerry's dairy-free because 'cause they're really good, and they're definitely like, they taste like ice cream. They don't taste like it is oat milk or almond milk, and it just tastes like you're eating ice cream. It's so good. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, Tress. Tress. That's one by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know why. Oh, I thought of Cress. The book Cress, by no, I can't think of it, Marissa Meyer. And I was like, that's not right. It's Tress by Brandon Sanderson. I have not, that's on my Kindle too. My hold came in just in time. So, so I could read that this summer too if I want to. So that's an option. But that book is in my friends jar. So like I've been kind of putting off reading it because if it does come up in my friend jar, I can, read it for the friend pick. But if it does, I can just, I can leave it in the blog and say I read it and I really liked it. Because I mean that happens, especially if you're excited about a book, you don't want to, put it off forever. That pick might not come until like, 3 years from now because there are quite a few friend picks in there. I try to get at least two a month done now and read, but there's still like a good, I'd say 50 to 70 in there. So it would still take a long time for a trust to come about if it's not going to happen right away. I was going to say I am skipping July for a friend pick vlog, only because I have a lot of other fun videos that I'm looking forward to doing, a lot more different vlogs. Some that like I haven't done yet that are quite different from what I've done. So different reading stuff that I've never read before. So it should be a fun July, that's for sure. I don't even remember where I stopped in this book. Oh, okay. I was trying to remember where I stopped in the book because for some reason I could not remember the scene that I was on. I'm glad I went back. I'm like, I don't remember what scene I was on because I didn't finish the chapter. Okay. So I think I'll just do one more reading sprint because it is getting late. So we'll talk for like maybe another minute or so, and then I'll start another reading sprint. And then we'll come back. I'll send you off with a prayer for a good weekend, and then we'll say goodnight after our last reading sprint. It's been a nice reading sprint today. I haven't been feeling super tired this time, so I should do more afternoon reading sprints because that's when I feel most peppy. Although sometimes I get a big peppiness at night, and it's like, why? I want to go to sleep. It is definitely, yeah, It is definitely more. I felt, yeah, that it is more of an you older middle grade or YA. Yeah, yeah, it did feel like that. I don't know why I struggled with it so much. Okay. Is Enchanted April. I'm actually currently reading like 3 or 4 different books. I don't normally do that, but as I said, too many options. I actually am reading, it's kind of funny. My author friend Rachel, well, haven't met her yet in person, but she's a nice lady. But Rachel Houck, anyways, was commenting saying, "What are you reading?" And I was reading, which I still am reading, all three of them actually. When the Ocean Roars, I think, is what I put. And then I told her I was reading Counterfeit Love by Crystal Cottle, and I was reading Counterfeit, and I can't remember the author's name, but I was like, I didn't realize until today that I was reading two books with the word counterfeit in it. Like, I can picture like ocean or something being in a book title more than once, but counterfeit? Like how many books actually have the word counterfeit in them? That's like a really random thing. I should have done a vlog about that, but that's just so weird. Oh, okay. Interesting. So they both kind of have the same theme. Books like that I struggle with, especially if I read them at the same time, then I'm like, which one was which? Or like I'm like, what happened to these characters? I'm like, no, those characters are in the other book that I'm reading. Yeah, that's definitely if they have similar themes or character names. I've had that happen too, where character names have the literally the same name in two books I'm reading at the same time, and it's like that's not good because I'm gonna mix up characters. Okay, I've never heard of Enchanted April. Interesting. I thought I was gonna read a lot of middle grade this summer because that's usually what I do. Although I think I read more middle grade in August. But like I have no middle grade on here except I think maybe two or three for the summer. I do enjoy a good middle grade. If any of you can recommend a good middle grade classic, not like a popular one, like because I've read quite a few popular ones. Pippi Longstocking is still one of my favorites, but you can recommend like some good classic middle grade books. That'd be great because I do want to read more classic middle grade books. Like not none of the popular ones, like ones that aren't really known. Hmm. I should look that up, see if there are any out there. Hmm. So I did make my off topic, but I just thought of my packing list. Is there anything else I have to add to my packing list? How many of you make a packing list for trips? I make a packing list and I organize it now. I don't think I ever used to, but like I organize it like by like electronics I have to bring and self-care and clothing. And yeah, I have a giant list of like 50 items and I literally write down absolutely everything you can imagine. I have book plates on there that I still have to make, but book plates. I have books for authors to sign. I have, random things like I don't know, like well, I was gonna say sunscreen, but that's kind of mandatory, especially for outside. But I just have really weird items on my list. But if I don't put it on there and you know go around to packing time, and it's like I never thought to bring that. Oh, I haven't written down. I always make lists all the time. I knew I should have come to you, Christine. You're the middle grade queen. Okay, I guess we can start our last reading sprint. And I think I'm going to try to finish and get up to, well, no, I probably won't be able to get to page 200, but I can at least get to maybe page 175 during this last half hour reading sprint. Uh, let's see who else. Oh, I have heard of Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nymph or NIHM. I have seen the movie. The movie is definitely like very interesting. I know, me too. My dad always, you know, if a list needs making, it's me that makes the list. Uh, my mom makes the grocery shopping list, but I put it on my phone usually, not all the time. But when I do it, I have Walmart memorized. So, like, I know where everything is. So, like, I'll put my list in order of like, okay, I got to get the milk first because that's way in the back. Then my list will go like from the back to the front. Most of the stuff I know. Some things I don't, but I know like roughly where they are. So then I'll just put my list in order from back to front, and that way we can just leave the store when we're done. We don't have to zigzag or anything. We used to do that a lot, zigzagging. I was like, Mom, there's got to be an easier way. So I just organize and put them all in order of shopping, and it's helped a lot actually. My my OCD brain for list making. Oh, see, I'm not the only one that does it. I can tell my mom I'm not the only one that puts grocery lists in order. Okay, well, let's go ahead and have some fun reading for our last half hour reading sprint. So we're going to go until 15 after. Have fun reading or writing or doing whatever it is you all are doing and have fun. I will see you all back in 15 after. Okay, that's the end of our reading sprints for tonight. Hopefully you all finished your chapter or page or whatever you're at. Had a good time reading. I almost made it to where I wanted to stop, which was 175. I made it to 172. So close to where I thought I was going to finish. But at least I got done, I think, what was that? Almost another, I think almost 30 pages that time, I think, if I was at like 145. So yeah, almost 30 pages that time. So must have been really into it that time. And printing is a little bit bigger than a regular book. So I definitely think I can finish this tonight after I get off reading sprints here, because we only have about 80 pages left to go or so. So should only take like another hour or so. You're welcome, Christine. And you're welcome, Nikita. Yay, awesome. 15 pages. So I don't know if anybody else is still reading, or I tend to, if you've seen me on other reading sprints, I tend to forget to come back after a sprint. So probably other people are still reading or whatever. So, oh, nice. Yay. Another 10 pages in another book. That's great. Glad to see everybody pop in and stop in tonight. Okay, so I am gonna say a quick prayer for tonight before we all head out and say goodnight to you all. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together today, Lord, and thank you for such a great time with friends, Lord God. I really thank you, Lord God, for reading sprints and being able to have this connection, Lord God, when, back in the past, we wouldn't have been able to chat over messages and be able to read together. So I thank you, Lord God, for that opportunity to hang out with great friends and read good books. And I just pray for everybody's weekend, pray for blessings for traveling. If people are either working or going to other places, Lord God, this week, Lord, and just pray, Lord God, for good weather and have it not be too hot or too cold wherever everybody lives, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. And perfect timing, since my earbuds just beeped at me saying, you're out of battery. So I'm gonna have to plug those babies in tonight. So I can't listen to anything tonight, but that's okay. I have to finish reading anyways. I missed a lot of comments here. Nice, Mom read about 5 chapters. That's great. glad it's good. I haven't read that series yet, so that's okay that you didn't get any reading done. You were productive though. That's good. Oh, great. You got some videos filmed. That's great. Yay. Can't wait to see them. And you still have time to read tonight. Yay. You're welcome, Talonda. Have a good night. Thank you, Jamie. It's going to be lots of fun, and I'll take lots of videos and pictures. Good night. Good night, Anne. Good night, everybody. I will see you all. I will have videos. I already have videos filmed and ready to go next week. So you guys will not miss me at all, because I'll still be around in videos. So I have that all set up for you all. All right. So have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I will see you all next week.